Hey everybody, welcome to another Demon's Souls remake for the PS5. So here, I thought I'd like to just take you guys through how I killed a blue dragon. So this is a new game plus 6. So I'm seventh time playing through. Um, you may ask why I'm playing through so many times. Well, the game does scale in difficulty, meaning that there's going to be a different experience as you go through each new game file. It stops scaling at new game plus 5. And I go through the other new games because I play offline, and so that's the easiest way to farm colorless demon souls, which you can only get 10 of per playthrough if you don't want to take advantage of online glitching and farming. And there's another way of getting white arrows as well to farm those. So that's why I've been playing, multiple rounds. I don't know if I'm going to play after this. 7 times might be enough. But here is how you take care of the blue dragon on New Game Plus 6. He can only be killed with arrows, just like the red dragon. And it is a little bit tricky. And so let me just kind of show you how to go about that. So the first time you meet him is here at the bridge. And so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to bait him. There is a fat official. So if we just kind of stay over here, he will eventually kill the fat official for us with dragon fire. Now here is the part that's a little bit tricky. You want to shoot him with arrows, and once the life bar goes down to 50%, he'll fly off. Now this takes a lot of arrows, even on like new game. It takes a significant amount of this. Was new game plus 6. I have a quality compound longbow plus 5, and I have heavy arrows, quite a few of them, 400. You don't need, I think, 400, but I have, of course, very high stats. I'm a max level character, 99 dexterity and strength. So to make this go a little bit faster, we're going to try to use the Morian blade and the clever rat's ring to increase our damage output by going to hyper mode. Now that's going to require our health to be down to maybe 25 to 30%. And so this is the tricky part, is you want to get it down quickly, and that's going to require taking a blast of dragon fire. So here we go. We're going to take the blast right here. I hope it doesn't kill us, okay? Okay, there it goes. So as you can see, that one blast took us all the way down to Morian Blade territory. So now we're going to put on our Clever Rat's Ring. And we're also going to equip the Morian Blade. And that will put us into hyper mode. You can see the little rat symbol up in the upper left-hand corner. We're going to get the Morian Blade out, and then we're going to get our arrows out. Now, you don't want to get hit again. Obviously, that would be death. And so we're just going to aim at his torso. This is fine. And then just spam arrows. So we're at 407 arrows. Let's see how many arrows it takes to drive him from the bridge. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to keep spamming arrows. And as you can see, it's doing significantly more damage. I think 300 per shot. And I just try to spam as quickly as possible. With some luck, you might even be able to take his health down to below 50% before he flies off. Okay, so he's run off now. So that took us about, I would guess, around 17 arrows, right? And then probably I wasted a few. So less than 17 arrows will get him out going. Now let's take care of this fat official right here from a distance. These guys are very dangerous on New Game Plus 6. You don't want to screw with them at all. Okay, so moving along. Do I have enough to pick up something? No, yeah, that's too much. Okay, so here we go. A little crystal lizard, which I don't really care about. Okay, so that will drive the blue dragon off to his new position, right over here. Before going there, this is my first time on this game playthrough at this area, so I'm actually going to go and open the shortcut. It's very important that you do that, so you open the shortcut right over here, that will open the door from here, and I'll just go through that to show you. There's a Knight's Blue armor, one of the Blue Knight's armor here, but you can see this takes us back to the original starting point, so you don't have to go through the bridge, you can just climb up the ladder, go through the door, you don't have to fight the fat officials the next time. That's important if the dragon, it's more important if the dragon is, for whatever reason, you decide to let the dragon live. I kill the dragon every time, and so this is not an issue. So here's the dragon right up here, and usually I stay right here, and he's going to breathe from left to right, and then right to left. So when he breathes from right to left, just run, and that's your sign to run, okay? So here we go, right to left, and then let's just run. If you do that, you should be able to go all the way down, no problems. Right here, okay? So stop here, and from here you can lock on and try to shoot it from here, but this is very tricky because his head tends to snake from right to left, and you're gonna miss if you lock on. If you don't lock on, you can't actually hit him at all. And so I don't usually like to shoot him from here. It's just very frustrating. And so instead, what I like to do is I like to get to a safe spot a little bit further along, and then I will shoot him at this one little area where his claw is just barely available if you do a manual aim and not lock on. So the first thing to do is to bait him into fire breathing. So right about here, we should do it. And then run through and stop right here. And from here, aim, and you need to back up until you can get that claw right in there. He shouldn't be able to get you with a dragon breath, and then you just shoot that claw right there. And as you can see, it's hitting him, and just a couple arrows, I think 10 arrows or so will take care of it. Now, bear in mind, I'm using heavy arrows with 99 strength and 99 dexterity, and a compound longbow +5. So he's already dead. It may take you quite a bit more arrows to get the job done. So, if you don't have as high, attributes, and your longbow is not quite as good, just bring more arrows. But heavy arrows work very, very well in my experience. And I think the scaling of the stats begins to peter out a little bit after 40 or 50. I think 50. So, if you have like 50 dex and you do a sticky compound longbow, or if you have 50 strength and dexterity, that should be okay. All right. So here we go, right over here. Now, what to do here is going to be a little bit interesting. I'm in hyper mode, and we're going to be dealing with the Black Phantom of Ostrava here. So one blow from him is going to kill you. So what I like to do here is I like to put on Second Chance. This is only supposed to be a Blue Dragon tutorial, but I figure, but remember, in order to get to hyper mode to kill the Blue Dragon with those arrows, you're in this situation. But if you're good enough, you may be able to actually take care of Ostrava. It takes 2 hits to kill him. So hopefully we'll be able to take care of it. I've learned that Firestorm does not actually work all that well. So let's see what Soul Ray does. I don't know. Let's see if we can bait him. Oh, that's a little bit disappointing. Not my proudest moment, but whatever works. As you can see, hyper mode is pretty crazy. Now the rune sword can be traded with Sparkly the Crow at the next game playthrough to give you 40 white arrows. You definitely want to keep that. So at this point, I just start moving some things away. So the rune sword we can send to storage. The rune shield will send to storage. I think everything else looks pretty good. Oh, the large-scaled flame demon soul, my 7th one, I believe. My 7th playthrough, and you send some of these legendary heroes, legendary warriors over. They give you a lot of souls. All very nice. Okay, so I hope that was somewhat useful in terms of figuring out the positioning. Again, I've tried it many ways, and I've tried to snipe that blue dragon from here. It's just really frustrating. Now, if you know exactly where to stop, you could run and stop here. You just have to be careful because obviously, if you miscalculate, then he'll hit you with the blast. And since you are purposely in hyper mode, any blow, any kill, any hit will kill you, right? Instantly, will one shot you instantly. So that's why when I run, I like to run all the way here, kind of gather myself, and I like to bait him. And in baiting him, I can see exactly where he's breathing, and then you can run past that horizontal strip, and you stop right here, and then from there, you can only go this far, right? And so you can't go any farther, so you have to back up slowly until the claw is barely within sight and to shoot him. Do not back up too much. If you back up right around here, he will actually just breathe right at you, and he'll just kill you. So again, if you follow this sequence perfectly, there should be no problems. I'm on New Game +6, so his Fire Breath does a ton of damage. In lower New Game playthroughs, the Fire Breath shouldn't do as much damage. It'll still do quite a big chunk. And so it's a nice convenient way, obviously, of getting your health down so you can get into hyper mode more quickly. Now, if you will notice, I do have a Magic Sword Makoto. I've upgraded it to +5. And I like to use that to equip because that can then lower my health, and it can lower it to the proper amount to again activate hyper mode. And so the Makoto +5 sword I carry with me for the express purpose of fine tuning the damage or my life bar to activate. So there you have it. I think I'm back at the blue blood, and then I'm here back to the clever rat's ring. I'm going to go back to the Nexus now and kind of get my health all the way back up before dealing with the False King Unlock battle, which is not an insignificant thing to do, especially on New Game +6. There needs to be a little bit of planning for that. So I'll get back to my Cling Ring, which I will be using. And then from there, I'm just going to warp back to the Nexus right here. There you have it. One of the annoying things about this area is the fact that I have to maintain pure black character tendency throughout. The main reason because every playthrough, one of the main purposes of the playthrough, as I mentioned earlier, is to get colorless demon souls. And 2 colorless demon souls are obtained by killing Patches the hyena and Bjorn. I really dislike killing Patches because he is the best vendor in the game. He gives you the heavy arrows, he gives you all the best grass. I mean, he's an amazing vendor, so for me to have to kill him, it is at the end game, and so you kill him right before you finish the game. But that does mean that you only have the arrows that you can buy from him for the next game through until you activate them again, which I try to do as early as possible. But he is in section 4.2, so it's not, you can't exactly get to him immediately. I mean, you still have to get through, obviously, the phalanx, depending on your technique and kind of your playthrough. I like to open up section 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. And then, of course, in order to even get to him, you have to also open up section 4.1 by beating the adjudicator. So Patches can't be, reactivated for quite a while, through any new game playthrough. And so it is sort of annoying that I have to kill him in order to get a colorless demon soul. But if you want to get your full 10 every playthrough, that's what you have to do. You have to be in pure black character tendency because that's the only way to get Mephistopheles to show up after killing Yurt in section 3.2. And then on top of that, you have to be very careful with Bjor. I can't free him because at very high levels, if you're unlucky, then the Penetrator can actually kill Bjor in your game +6 and above. And then on top of that, he will activate and fight the Blue Dragon, which you don't want either, because eventually you have to kill him. And trust me, in New Game Plus and above, killing Bjor is no small task. He becomes a little mini-boss in and of himself. And Firestorm doesn't work against him because he has the full brushwood armor set, obviously. So you have to kill him fair and square. He has a claymore with incredible reach. And so the way to cheese him is to keep him locked up in the jail cell, and then you basically kill him through the jail cell where he can't get at you. Now, that also has to be very carefully considered, because if you go ahead and you kill the blue dragon accidentally without thinking about Bjor and doing the Mephistopheles quest, then Bjor disappears and you'll never be able to get the colorless demon souls for killing him. So you have to juggle quite a lot of things in your head as you're doing these little quests to farm things. And so you have to kill Bjor as part of the Mephistopheles quest before you tackle the blue dragon. The thing is, tackling the blue dragon requires some arrows. And so in order to get the arrows, you usually buy those heavy arrows from Patches. But you have to kill Patches before even getting the chance to kill Bjor. He's the assignment that follows Patches from Mephistopheles. So Mephistopheles won't allow you to kill Bjor without you first having to kill Patches. So therefore you have to, before you kill Patches, you have to buy all the heavy arrows you can carry from him, because you're not going to be able to obviously buy anything from him after you've killed him. And then after that, you have to go ahead and kill Bjor in his jail cell. And then only then after that, you have to then go and kill the blue dragon with the arrows you've purchased. So it's very convoluted. But in any case, just a few things to think about. All right, so that was just basically my little, I guess, positioning tutorial on how I kill the blue dragon. Hopefully you find that helpful. I feel like that's a lot more reproducible than other YouTube videos out there that show them hitting the blue dragon from underneath the archway. It is a little bit safer, but I think it's a lot more frustrating. You do, I think, waste quite a bit more arrows from shooting and missing from that position. And there's only, I think, one other video out there that showed this new position in front of him. And he didn't make a big deal out of it, but he was the only one where I saw that, and it was just part of a playthrough. But I really liked his position a lot better, and I hope that I can show that too. Okay, thanks for watching with me, and until next time, do take care.